Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome back to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. So today we're still in that Pennsylvania-New York border. We are now in Tannersville, Pennsylvania at the Poconos Peddler Antique Mall. Again, I've never been here before, so I don't know what to expect. I looked it up on Google, checked out the reviews, saw the photos that people posted and thought, that looks like it'll be worth it. So we're going to go in here, we're going to check it out, we're going to find who knows what. Wish me luck. Alright guys, let's get inside. Alright guys, so here we are on the exterior. Any place that has a giant giraffe head sticking out of the front definitely is promising. So, oh, it looks like they got an award. Let's see if we agree. Alrighty guys, here we are on the interior. I just want to warn you in today's video, it might get a little bumpy. I got pretty excited a couple of times. Oh boy. But here we are in the first booth. And this little Santa, of course, he jumped right out at me. I loved his little Dr. Seuss hat. He was plastic. It was a made in Hong Kong piece. I believe his price was $32, which was a relatively good price for that piece. Unfortunately, he doesn't really fit into, ooh, creepy kid, to my collection. So I did leave him behind. That definitely would have been a collection piece. And here we are. Oh, here we go. We're about to run over into the booth. I mean, you guys, look at all of that jam jar, the Holt Howard, the poinsettia, the Ross Bro, Halloween, the plastic. There's some Wade Whimsies in there. This booth, the little left and white bunnies are down there. This booth had everything, you guys. So we're about to stroll over here into the interior. And of course, the first thing that catches my eye in the glass display case is the Cupid with the little ball. Now this was an ashtray, the silver piece over to the right. It's a figural ashtray. Gorgeous Vaseline glass down there. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was looking at these stuffed animals and I was like, I don't know if these are Knickerbocker or Steiff, because, there's not a giant Steiff sign right on the front. Oh boy. And then there are, of course, these spaghetti poodles, the little pink one. Look how happy she is with the umbrella. The little pink one, the really tall one. Look at her with her hat on. Her Sunday best. She was amazing. And then, of course, holy moly, look at all of the Holt Howard. Oh, I just sold a mustard today, actually. That olive one I love, and I was captivated by that marmalade one in the back. Of course, the letter holder cat. Oh my gosh, and the Lefton Bluebird, the sugar and creamers. Oh, she had some lady head vases in here. Just absolutely amazing. I mean, all of the vendors, as you guys are going to see in the video, just oof, clean, bright, organized. Here we got a little Pyrex, some jadeite, quite a bit of jadeite. Little American Bisque cookie jar there. And I have seen this cookie jar a couple of times, The Man in the Moon. It's the nursery rhyme one. Love it. There's your little spinning carousel. But right up to the right there would be the entrance. Now I did see this cabinet, and in this cabinet was some amber crackle glass, little white fur coat, want to keep warm in the Pennsylvania winters. Oh boy. There is just... You guys, there was so much to see, and there were 3 different buildings. I did not expect it to be that big from the exterior, but it was. There were a good number of vendors, too, that were having sales, so of course that is always a plus, whether you're a collector or you're a reseller, or, you're like me, you're a little bit of both. Now, I did see this little figural piece. It is a made in occupied Japan. I do have one. She is similar. It is a line. This particular one is $20 some. I was having a little difficulty with that tag. Now this green candlestick that is fired on paint, I did, oh goodness, about a month, 2 months ago, I had a yellow set that I was able to sell. And this beautiful blue stretched glass fan vase. I don't know what it is about the fan vases, but I just think that they're very elegant. And I missed that little Goebel figure with the bunny down there. Oh well, such is life. I've seen that one before, but he was priced pretty high, so I would have liked to have known what that one was at. Now in here I did see a Art Nouveau. It is a cast metal or a pot metal, it looks like to me. So I'm having a little trouble getting the angle, and I figure it out here. Yep, in just a second I can block the sunshine. Give you guys a better look at it there. And I do just want to take a moment and say that, oh my gosh, every single staff member was so delightful, so charming. Oh, this doll head, let me tell you what, on the way over to this place, I literally saw a car that said honk if you collect doll heads. I think they must have been here. Maybe this is their booth. Perhaps it's their booth. But yeah, everybody was so exceptionally just very gracious, kind, warm. They were very quick to help without being pushy. I would really recommend going to this place. Now here I did see the blush apple. I do happen to have the large cookie jar, but I did see this smaller one, and I've actually never seen it before. So I was like, I wonder how much this is. There's no price on it. Where is the price on it? Well, geez, because it's in really good condition. And then I noticed, oh, hey, wait, 4-piece set for $49.99. So you got the cookie jar. I'm assuming it was the tea jar maybe, and the salt and pepper shakers, which at $49 was a fantastic deal. And then, of course, this pink iridescent glass did catch my eye. Very 80s with that pastel pink. There is a little bow on the front. It is molded glass. You'll see, there's the bow. Now, it is Fenton. It is a newer sticker. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Very feminine. Now, we did see another art class piece here with the little ruffled bowl. Ooh, I love that. I love that green with that white. It does look very Fenton. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but it did remind me of Fenton. Now, I was about to cut the camera off here. I distinctively remember until I saw the half dolls. Now, I wanted to check them out. There is like a really strong collector market for these. The prices were really reasonable for them. However, I do believe that they were Japan half dolls, and they were not like the French, the German, Austrian, and those are really the ones that are going to command the highest price points. So I ended up deciding to check out this booth because I was like, well, if you got all those half dolls, what else do you got in here? They got a lot of outlets. That's what they got. And this green color, it did catch my eye immediately. It did have cherubs on it. Now the paint was a little worn, but that was okay. I think that it adds a lot to the charm. A little Delft piece. That's what I was pointing to there. Some Westmoreland. It's that, oh, I forget the color that they call it. It's that mid-century mossy. Now in here, wait till you see these coming up. Oh my word, these ceramic dogs with the fur. And that is genuine fur. Probably rabbit. Now I believe the one that is sitting, he was priced at $49 and the one standing was at $52. So again, as a collector in that condition, that's certainly not an unheard of price, but just as a reseller, it was just not where I would need it to be to get it and bring it to you guys. So we're about to make a jump here. And I did see, of course, this swagalicious lamp. I mean, live your mid-century dreams with that. Talk about setting the mood with that red light. My word. Now, this was an interesting booth. Very almost... it's almost like a mix between Art deco, French chic, country. I don't know. It was interesting, and I love the fact that they had that giant ceramic leopard. Oh, and then I did see this piece, and I was really hoping that they didn't price it out of my price range, but they did. They knew what they had there. It is at, I can't see. That's the only thing about the voiceover. There's a lot of things that I might be able to remember the price of. Some of it I just simply can't. Oh, hey, Barbie, what's up, girl? She's new in box, y'all. This little dress form there. Looked like it was in pretty good condition. We're going to creep over into this little booth. Now, I didn't see a whole lot in here, and that's okay, but this particular piece, this art glass vase, it did have two clear applied swans on both sides. It was in really good condition. The Poncel mark, what I was flipping it over to look at, it was a little rough. Now, sometimes that's not necessarily an overall indication of the quality because a lot of antique blown glass, the Poncel mark was not completely polished down. And there was still, oh shoot, there's a sale. Darn it, I might have thought a second about getting that vase then. I just saw that. Oh, this little ceramic cat. That beautiful green glaze, $18 I see. Little brass pelicans there. Oh yes, this little baggie, it was a Mr. and Mrs. Claus. They were spun heads. They were full-bodied. Those were ornaments. I believe they were priced at $20, which if you are into the spun head collection, $20 for two full figural pieces, that is a really good deal. And then we have a little bisque doll. And then I saw these two little twinsies back there. I do believe that they were a bisque porcelain. I thought it was adorable. I loved how it came with the little pink and the blue, the blanket. They came in a blanket in the blanket. Oh boy. So we're just taking our time. I really did take my time in this place. Oh, I did see this vase. Now, it did have a little bit of the moriagi. It was unmarked, so I wasn't entirely sure what was going on with it. Now, I did see the 20% off it, and then I saw that it was $95, and I was like, oh, let's set that back down. Even at 20% off, again, that would be something that I would be more interested in for resale. Now, the color scheme I did like on that. The color palette, I do like the browns, the creams, the greens, very natural color palette for my own home decor. Now my collection gets a little more varied in its colors. A lot of saturated colors. So I think at this point I was just kind of meandering, if you couldn't tell from the camera. Oh, okay, jump here. So what I was saying is that I was going to go in there and I was going to highlight anything that I found because it was a little crowded and I was nervous with the camera. I didn't. But over here across the aisle, I did see this beautiful Burmese glass handkerchief-ish vase. And it is the handkerchief because at the top it looks like it's a handkerchief that is falling or that it was pinched. Even in real life, I was having a hard time reading who it was. I thought perhaps it was Fenton. It was not. Now, of course, boom, I did pull out the flashlight, and it is a glowing Burmese. I really, really need to get a new battery for that flashlight. There's some carnival glass for you. That orange, it's pretty much everything that you see. Now, it was 15% off each item over 20. Oh, darn it, I kind of missed that cherub thing. I wonder if that was French. This green glass, it did have a silver overlay. I thought that was fantastic because, a lot of times I think of silver overlay in clear glass, and they used it to dress it up to give it even a more elegant kind of feel to it. So this is the adjoining hallway, I guess we'll call it, and we are about to now head into the second part, or the second building, pardon me, to the Peddler's Paradise. It really was a paradise. Oh, you know what I did not mention? That everything that I purchased in here, I purchased for myself. Yeah, it was one of those days. Well, that's not true because the first place I was at that day, I did get everything for resale. And I even put stuff back that I was going to buy for myself. I was pointing out these rolling pins, particularly the one at the bottom. I don't know if it was hand painted or if it was a transfer. I do know that there is quite a bit of value in older rolling pins. Unfortunately, while I know that, I don't know what to look out for. I would say that the ceramic one would probably be a little bit more desirable. I know that some of the wooden ones can go for hundreds of dollars, but again, I don't know really what to look out for in regards to rolling pins. Now this said, please step down. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, you mean step down, step down. Bloop. Oh, I did pretty good at keeping my balance. Okay. I felt like I about nosedived into this booth. Or the stabilizer is working. I don't know. At this point, we were officially in the second part of Peddler's Paradise. Okay, so this particular set, the back, they're very Gerber babyish. This is the second time that I have seen these, and I am obsessed with them. I need to know what they are. I don't know for sure. It's a little boy and a little girl, and they're in these circles, and there's bees flying at them. I have no clue, but oh, there's a Goble 1978, and those are Goble birds in the back. Maybe those are Goble because everything else in there is Goble. That would make sense. And look at this. These are whole Howard cheese spreaders. The set was $125. I have never, we always see the jam jars, the marmalade, like you saw earlier. I loved those little figurines with the floral fans, how bashful they looked, the Holt Howard cows, the Goble monks. I loved the dealer pieces, the Hummel figurine pieces. I don't know what it is about those. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, isn't that glorious? Now, of course, I was fixated on the largest piece, and that is that satin glass, the Vaseline, pardon me, the satin Vaseline, the Vaseline satin. The piece that I'm touching right now. Now, what I was saying is that I do believe that there would have been a flower frog, particularly a figural flower frog that would have went into the center of that. And, of course, how lovely that would be with just a couple of maybe white or blue or yellow flowers in there. It was $80. I kind of regret not getting it, and I know that $80 seems high, but the fact that it was two pieces, in my opinion, made it even more valuable. And we are about to jump now to Christmas. Okay, so there was a lot going on in here. In particular, the very tall Santa here in the back. Typically, you don't see them so tall and so skinny. You will see them tall, but they're a little bit more plump. And down here, this Santa, he is a spun head. Now, that would have been a package topper. So you would have tied that onto your package. The angel also, what was unique about her was that she had a plastic face. Now, she does have a little halo of mercury beads on the back. And these are things, I really love the package toppers, the 1950s package toppers. Now, I do like these Japan Santa Clauses. They do get very pricey. Here, I'm pointing out to the little boy, the little baby, playing with the seal. That actually, now I won't say that it is a totally original Snow Baby, but those are what the original Snow Babies look like. They started off in Germany and they were much smaller. They were meant to be disposable. And again, I seem to be obsessed with Santa because I'm like, how much are you? He was 20. Now, his belt buckle was broken in the back, so I did not get him. and we're gonna jump to some beautiful glass. Now, of course, the piece that I was most transfixed with was this, what color shall we call that? Seafoam with the splatter. Now, the artisan technique or shape is called free form. But what I say is that it always looks like there was like a rock or a pebble that was dropped into the water. Now, just below this, actually, when I was hanging out with Jocelyn, we had found one of these, and I thought it was really pretty. And she was like, "It's telefloral," and I was like, "No, it's not." And sure enough, it had a sticker on it, and it was telefloral. And apparently, somebody informed Jocelyn that that was a very high end piece for the florist to order, and it could cost upwards of $40 just for the florist to get the vase. So any floral arrangement that came in that came with a high price tag. Oh, look at that little yellow cat and the bowl. Oh, Michael, you missed it. Ugh. I really like this little naughty Cupid sticking his head through the banner. I mean, of course I would. Darn it. And here we go. We're gonna go back because I'm gonna show you this display coming up on the right. I just really enjoyed the overall aesthetics of these. It just had all of the little babies. Those are their little celluloid ones. She had frozen Charlottes. It was like a little tiny dollhouse. So I really enjoyed the overall feel and the display of these pieces. We're gonna jump. Okay, we're in Fairyland right now. Pixieland, Prixieland. This little particular piece here, he is a made in occupied Japan. He's playing the saxophone. They did a number of those pieces. Their faces are very, very creepy. I actually did have a number of them, and I did up selling them because I am more attracted to the one I am currently pointing to, or I should say the aesthetics. They're much more stylized. Now, I do believe, while it is not marked, but I do believe it is Acme Ceramics, and is out of Japan. But he is holding on to that butterfly for dear life, isn't he? And we're going to scroll down here to these lovely little pudgy bluebirds sitting on the branch. Now, here's the thing. Misty actually just got a set and sent them to Fatbird Finds, Mary Beth and Laura. And on Misty's, we're going to jump here, but I'm going to continue the story. These are Lefton Flamingos, and that yellow art glass is Tiffin glass. It was marked at $2.75, and it is worth it, let me tell you that. Gorgeous form. But those two little bluebirds, the one that Misty found was stamped Goebel, West Germany. Now, the one that I got does not actually have the Goebel stamp. So I want to do a little bit more research with those. Now, in the last video, I missed, I think, 2 Napco Flower Fairies. But here, oh yes, is another Napco Flower Fairy. It was $5. We're going to jump. Now, this I saw, and this is for all you Jadeite fans, and you're probably going to be a little upset with me that I did not get it, and I kind of regret not getting this, but it is a Jadeite hand. She's marked at $45. Sorry, I'm a little caught up here. I've never seen a Jadeite hand. And of course the mugs. The mugs were only $12.50, which I maybe should have gotten them, but oh well. If you love vintage, how do you not love Jadeite green? You know what I mean? Now this was a little cast iron piece, and it was getting a little crazy in here because one-handed and whatnot. It was made to look old in that 1920s aesthetic, but it definitely was new, and you can tell by the overall quality of the paint. So we're just checking it out. And there's your new snow babies. Oh, look at this Santa mug with the lenticulated eyes. Like Santa, I mean, he was getting into the eggnog. I think it was $12.50 or $15. then I see down below. I was like, what are you? Now, I also love Anna Lee's. Now, this particular one, it was an Anna Lee lily pad. I have never. Now, it was, of course, it's the felt, and she was on cardboard, so I wasn't super excited about that. I mean, it definitely was all original. I don't know what it is. Now, I don't like all Anna Lee's. I kind of like just the elves, the pixies. I was looking for a date because most Anna Lee's are dated. Typically, it's going to be on a soft tag, but the newer ones are going to be on the cards. Obviously, this had a barcode, so I did know it was a newer one. Sorry, the neighborhood dogs are out and about. So this is a Fenton fairy lamp. Now, you know what? Here's the thing. I know very well that I could have gotten it and I could have resold it. I believe it was like at 30, 35. Here's the deal with it. I didn't like it. It's the aesthetic of it is so very specific. And to me, it was very limiting so far as whose home it could go in and the displayability of it. And then I did see these, oh, I saw some Christmas stuff down below, but then I was captivated by the David the Gnome, the collector plates. Love David the Gnome. If you're a child of the 80s, you know. We're going to jump. Boom. Now we are in the next hallway, so we're about to go into the third building. And then this did catch my eye. It is a Japan angel on a swing. She was hanging upside down. This was a little tricky because it was hanging on this wire Christmas tree and she was not cooperating and I was one-handed. And I said, you know what, lady, then just stay up here on your swing by yourself. She was $15, which was a fantastic deal. Now it reminded me of Fontanini. I knew it wasn't because the coloring on it was a little weird. And again, we are still in the hallway before we get into the third building. And I did just want to check out this vendor's booth, see what was going on in here. And then I did see, these are reminiscent of Austrian, those little figural vases. And this little naughty boy who is using his chamber pot. It was so odd. I was checking the bottom. I thought perhaps it was Water There was no marking. And Water it is just simply a mold mark versus a stamp. But he did not have it. They make some really weird kind of like, okay, kind of, what is that? Why would you have that kind of look to it? Clear glass, folks, clear glass. That's right. Oh, I must have loved something, 20% off. I guess I mean, I love a deal. It's 20% off each item over 20. Oh, I know what it is. It is this amazing curio cabinet filled with vintage and antique Halloween. Folks, if there is vintage and if there's vintage and antique Christmas, you're gonna see it. If there is vintage and oh my word, vintage and antique Halloween, you're gonna see it. I am going to showcase it. Don't you just want to live in there? Isn't it fun? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as fun as Christmas, but you know, I will live in Christmas land and my vacation home can be in Halloween land. There was a little Anna Lee pumpkin right there. Now I did see, oh my gosh, do you see it? And I did get him. This little Dracula, I have never. It is a spun cotton. It is a Japan piece, but it's Dracula. He's got little toothpick fangs. How could you not get that? I loved it. Now we do have some of these hard plastic, the cupcake toppers. I can't remember if I have any of the Halloween spun heads. I don't think I do. I may. I kind of put those things off for like assemblages and wreaths. So I kind of forget what I have. We're about to jump. Ooh. These foxes. These foxes were absolutely stunning. and they were priced at it. I think the big one was 450, the smaller was at 225. I unfortunately, for the life of me, cannot remember who the maker is. I do know that I like them. I do believe that they were German. I do believe that they were in the 2030s. There's that blue stretch glass vase again. Now I am showing you in particular this Art Nouveau vase with the, I'm just going to say that they were probably just glued on the beading work on it. I thought that was beautiful, that color combination, the green, the gold. We got a little applied, or pardon me, transfer Austrian vase back there. Oh, this is 20% off. I did just see there was an antique Japanese creamer. I actually found one of those at Goodwill once. All right, little jadeite vases. Did I see anything of importance over here? I don't think that I did. No. And then a lot of bottles. But I'm going to check it out anyhow, because as I've said before, just because you think that something isn't your aesthetic doesn't mean that they don't have one piece in there that you're going to be like, oh, I am so glad I stopped in here, especially when you see sale signs. You always got to stop when you see a sale sign. Oh, you know, I spotted that Christmas, so I had to come look. I thought I saw really big, I'm kind of walking fast. I thought I saw this angel in the back, that she was going to be a huge spun head. She was not. She was a stretched cloth face. She was still wonderful. I just don't collect them. I can't believe I'm missing that one in the front. Oh my gosh, Michael. That silver one, did you see her? Ugh. That's all right. I'm totally going back to this place. Look at the little spunhead snowman, the bottle brush wreath there. That was adorable. I don't collect the wreaths, though. Just like Santa's, angels, elves, you name it. Look at these Santa heads. Oh, my word. I think I was trying to avoid filming somebody. Oh, I loved her. She was adorable. Very Arnart-esque. She was $20. So I was like, meow. This little bisque baby, they had them priced at 30, I believe was a Lefton. I love the Lefton piano babies, but at $30, I didn't really, not wanting to spend 30. Now this was interesting. This, what is that? A lotus? An orchid. It is a Flitz. No, it's an iris. It's a Fitz and Floyd vase, $75. And then I saw the most beautiful, look at this vase. It is French. And I do get closer to the name. That is, I can't, oh my, you guys, I was in love with it. I believe it was $1,200. Who is it? Philippe Revere. It is Art Nouveau. It does have the applied bronze to it. It is all glass. Oh, that thing is a thing of beauty. And we are going to see the back. Oof, she was a big girl. I mean, she commanded attention. She didn't have to demand it. She commanded attention. She's just one of those pieces that you know is in the room, and you can feel her presence. But we do get to check out her backside here in just a second. So of course, you know, I saw that piece and I was like, oh, I got to know what you've got going on here. And this beautiful iridized bowl, that is a stunning specimen. I think that was at 150-ish. I was commenting because they actually used the word iridized. That beautiful green satin perfume bottle there. Just some beautiful pieces. Now this is Galil. Now they did have a question mark. They weren't entirely sure. This would be in the cameo glass. Now, I was fooled once by a piece that I thought was Galil glass. But one of the biggest giveaways, obviously, is a signature, but I can't see it because it's on the back. But I could tell by the thickness of the glass that it wasn't going to be. Galil was pretty much credited with being the godfather to the French Art Nouveau. His original glass pieces can go into the thousands of dollars. Here's for you mid-century fans. Now, there was no marking on it, but that pink diamond with that black band, it was $26, so not bad. And it was a heavy piece of glass. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, and then I forgot, and then I turned, and I was like, oh my God, I can see the back. Look at that. Oh, it's... I think that you get a bit of better perspective of the height. And right across, do you see what the ticket says? The ticket says Weird Girl Figurine. And they had her marked at 45. I about fell over. This is an Ernst Wallace Art Nouveau bust. He is Austrian. He did, of course it is in the Art Nouveau style, so the sculpt is extraordinarily detailed. And what they would do is that they would leave bits of the ceramic. Now you can't see it right now, but the bits of ceramic actually, it adds a more textured, detailed, realistic look when you are looking at it from a distance. Now when you are closer, it almost looks like there's sand left on it. What I'm about to do is to show you. Yep, she's about as big as my hand. I was debating until I asked, can you take her out? And they did. Now, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty. I am particularly looking for an Ernst Wallace marking. However, not every Ernst Wallace piece was marked. Now, she did have a deep mold mark on her, which did lead me to believe that she very well could be an original. The reproductions, because they are casting them, the mold marks especially are going to lose a lot of their depth. My fingernail could catch on it. I was then looking at the quality of the eye paint, the teeth. The teeth were separated. And the assistant pointed out that it was 20% off. So I took the plunge. She could be a reproduction. The reproductions do command a pretty hefty price tag. So I think I got her for like $30. Even at a reproduction, that's a phenomenal deal. So I snatched her up and she came home with me. And she is happily living with the mermaids right now because she's a weird girl. She likes to keep weird friends. I don't know. But she did come with me. I'm very happy. So, of course, I had to check out the rest of the booth because I'm like, are you harding any other antique Austrian artists in here? I was like, well, let me go back over here. A lot of Roseville. I don't know. It's just not my thing, Roseville. I can appreciate the artistry. And, of course, we have the little Red Riding Hood collection here. Always have to point that out. Some jade mixing bowls, even more Roseville. Some bird figurines there for you. Oh, look, more Roseville. Some Vaseline. We do have some Balik here. Some pretty. But I, of course, like the Vaseline Mary Gregory face there in the back. Very nice. A lot of Austrian. All right, guys, so we're about to wrap it up here. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for now. And I'm going to wrap it up here, but we'll say our goodbyes in the car. I'll see you soon. Alrighty, guys. Well, we are wrapping it up here at the Pocono Peddlers Antique Mall. Let me tell you what. I agree, Pocono reader. First place is well deserved. You guys, I didn't expect it to be that big when we were walking in, but it was big. We took our time. It was fun. Some of those vendors, Lord, they have some taste and style on them. The staff was super friendly, very accommodating, very welcoming. The owners, Joe and Rosemary, thank you so much for being so gracious. I do appreciate it. You guys, like I said before, I don't know if you are within a 3-hour radius, it is well worth the visit. You're going to spend, if you really take your time, 3 or 4 hours looking around. I highly recommend it. We got some good stuff, maybe not a whole lot for resale, but definitely for the collection. It happens. Anyhow, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in again. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification thing. I don't know. I'm new at that whole spiel. So anyhow, do all that. I would appreciate it. I'm going to drop a link, a direct link to the website. Please make sure that if you can, come visit this place. It's well worth it. Until next time, guys, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and most importantly, keep it dusty. Bye, guys.